Hello everyone. I'm glad that you have decided to embark on the journey to learn piano with me. If you like my content, please do like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram and email me on the email address that is given here. One important note before we start. Learning any art form is like starting a journey towards the horizon. There is always a rush to reach the destination. However, just like the horizon, the destination is just an illusion. Chasing the horizon is going to make you feel frustrated. So avoid the rush. Take baby steps. Take small steps to start with. And enjoy the journey. Enjoy the learning process. So to begin with, let us try to understand the piano better. Any instrument can be typically categorized into three types. Let's start with something simple like, say, the drum. A drum is typically constructed by stretching an animal skin over a box which provides the resonance. The sound is produced by striking the skin side of the drum with either the bare hands or with a stick. Typically, drums are used to accompany songs and they themselves cannot produce melody. Right? So when I was learning the tabla, I used to find it really irritating when somebody used to tell me to play a song on the tabla. So you just cannot do that. You can accompany songs. There are people who do try to produce melody on drums, but typically that's not what it is used for. On the other hand, we have instruments like the guitar. Now, who doesn't know the guitar? A guitar, it's a simple guess that it's a string instrument. The sound or the melody is produced by striking the string. Similar string instruments are also the violin and the cello. Finally, we have instruments like the flute or the saxophone, which fall under the bucket of wind instruments. Typically, the melody is produced by blowing through a pipe and by modulating the sound by opening and closing the different holes that are produced and which alter the flow of air within the instrument. Overall, any instrument will fall under these three broad categories. So if you know of any other category apart from these three, please feel free to comment and we will discuss about it. We'll learn together. So, which category does the piano fall under? Now, for the uninitiated, this may come as a surprise. The piano is nothing but a stringed instrument. Forward, we will see how the piano is constructed and how it works and how it produces the melody. This picture shows the construction of a grand piano. The grand piano typically consists of a soundboard which has a cast iron frame. There are strings which run over the cast iron frame and they have a tension which helps to create the sound. The cast iron is responsible for withholding or bearing the huge amount of stress that all the strings in the piano produce. The other components or the other important components of piano are the keys themselves and the hammers. Every key is connected to a hammer and the hammer hits or strikes the string, precisely one string for every key, and this is controlled by a very complex mechanism which we will see in few other videos. The sound is produced by striking a key and the key in turn moves the hammer which strikes the string. Every string in the piano is tuned to resonate at a particular frequency. This process of tuning each and every string in the piano to the right frequency is called tuning the piano. Tuning the piano is quite a complex work and is typically done by professionals and is an expensive process. The piano also has 3 foot pedals. which influence the way in which the strings are struck by the hammer, thus giving us a more finer control on the way we want the strings to modulate, and thus be able to produce a variety of harmony or sounds. The foot pedal can be seen in this picture of an upright piano. We'll come to what an upright piano is. The upright piano is different from the grand piano in the way that the soundboard is held or fixed vertically to the piano. This in turn helps to make the piano more practical in terms of the amount of space it occupies. Hence, many homes prefer to have an upright piano. Performance-wise, it's the grand piano which is more preferred, but upright piano is more practical. Almost all of the instruments that we have discussed have a digital version available in the market today. The digital version typically tries to mimic the way the original instrument plays or produces sound, or reacts to the way you press a key or strike the instrument. It tries to mimic exactly the same thing. The more accurately the digital instrument can mimic what the actual instrument does, the more expensive it is. The digital version of a piano does exactly the same. It mimics the entire physical action and the sound modulation of a piano, and it has actually made the piano more affordable. A digital piano is more cost effective compared to a grand piano or an upright piano, and it is also practical in terms of the storage at home. The piano that we see here is a digital piano. It is very similar to an upright piano, but significantly cheaper than a real upright piano. It is really interesting to see the construction of a grand piano and how it works in detail. In my description, I have given links of 2 YouTube videos which beautifully explain how a grand piano is constructed and how it works. Please do go through them at your leisure. It's very informative. In addition to that, I have also given link to a video that gives the evolution of the piano and the history of piano. This is interesting as well because the piano in the form that we see today wasn't how it was conceived hundreds of years ago. This video will give more insight into how things have evolved over several years and where we stand today. Now that you know your piano, we will move on to getting you started with tips to choose your piano and some recommendations on which books you will find useful in this journey of learning the piano. I promise that we will hit the keys very soon in the upcoming videos. Please stay tuned. Thank you.